Hi everyone, this is Cherie from Paper Pieces and Leftovers. Now this file is Franklin and Frannie S'mores, bear number 3. And I'm going to glue the legs on, but do not copy the order that I did this because I made a mistake, and you'll see later on in the video how I had to correct it. Only glue this leg down first that you see that's actually glued down, and then the foot, and then the body. Because I made the mistake of gluing that other leg down, and that leg that's in my hand now should have been glued on top of the body, not under. So you'll see me kind of hesitate on piecing, but that was because my brain was trying to figure out how to fix it without throwing the whole piece out. But I went and glued the leg, the foot, and I didn't catch it right away. So that's why I'm going to continue gluing. And then you'll see me kind of just pause here in a moment after the body's on. You're going to glue the body after that first leg I put down, not the bottom second leg. But here when I was looking at it, I'm thinking, I tapped my fingers. Why do her legs look so short and so funny? So I'm going to continue gluing. I'm going to pick up the ears and I'm going to glue the ears down and the ear pads while my brain is still processing how do I fix this, which I should have just lifted it up while it was still wet. Since I'm using Barely Art glue, it would have given me enough time to lift it. But no, that would have been too easy and make too much sense. So I'm going to keep going while my brain is really processing it this late in the evening. But I was even having trouble with the audio in the video to extract it so I could do the voiceover, and then to speed it up. The video editor kept giving me error messages, and I was just frustrated at this point, and I was over it. That's why my brain just wasn't as quick thinking as it usually is. So I got really brave, and I even glued the head down. And I would have never done that if I didn't think I could fix the piece, because the head takes the longest with the eyes and the details. There's my wonderful squeegee. That's my bone folder. So I'm cutting the base that's showing off, and the reason that those show a little bit on some patterns is just because of how far in front of me they have to be glued down. I can't see up that high. It looks even, but it's not, I've noticed. So I just cut them off with scissors, and you'll never know. It had a weird little piece, and it took me a minute to figure out what that was. I had to stare at the file because I was going to cut out a second arm. I did not glue the bottom of that arm, and that's actually what saved the file for me. That little piece goes behind, and then this other arm goes on top. But I did not glue the bottom of the arm, so I was able to slide the leg under, and I only peeled off the foot. That's how I fixed it. Luckily for me, that arm and hand was not glued all the way down, which I usually don't, just because I slide things under. I just want the arm, like the upper probably half to 3/4 glued, and not the bottom fourth. But I was able to fix it and save it, so now she looked more normal. So I'm going to continue on with the muzzle. Oh, she's so cute. I love Franklin and Frannie. And there's so many files that I want to do, and I'm getting through them now. I am getting through them now. I have quite a few in the works, but I can't post them until 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop does. Now I'm just adding the center to the bow. And I did ink that with the Sea Breeze ink. And it's a chalk ink, and I love it. So I had arranged those inner pieces to the chocolate square. Excuse me. That way they were as even as possible. That way I knew where to place all of the pieces once they were glued down. I don't know why I didn't use my Xyron sticker maker, but I guess just since I was on a roll with the glue, why not just knock it all out at once, right? So those 4 little squares are going to go inside the big square. That and the graham cracker are going to go behind the bear. Now, the graham cracker that she has does have holes already made in it, so I did not have to use my embossing folder on this one. It was already there, which I didn't know that that was there. Otherwise, I would have probably played with those to get them the same size as the other ones I used for the s'more that's completed with the melted chocolate in the first video. As usual, I use my acetate because it's clear, so I can just trace down the middle. And that way my line is straight and not shaky, because not every day is a good day with a pen in my hand. So there's the graham cracker with the chocolate, and she just sits in front of it. And the marshmallow I did not chalk with brown, just because it's not roasted yet. I stuck with my Sea Breeze color, which is just a very light blue, and I went around it. And it's by Versa Magic. I picked it up at Joann's. Now just the details to add to her inner ear pad. I'm going to glue the marshmallow down and then her hand. And there's where I lifted that tip of her hand that I don't glue down on any of them, just to kind of get that one corner under there enough. And I'm looking at it and trying to figure out why I see an extra hand up there, but I just now noticed that. That's okay. She doesn't need it. It might go to another one, or it was extra because I had seen a spot in the one on the other video and I redid it, so that might be the one with the spot. And now I just use my pan pastels to add the little highlights just to her feet and her hands. Little bit on her nose, and she's ready to go. I'll add some highlights to the chocolate later, but thanks for following. There's more pieces coming.